Assume we have a Linux. All these days we connected from Windows to Linux. Windows to Linux we have connected. What software we have used is Putty is the software we have used. But now in my local also I have a Linux machine and I want to access in cloud also I have a Linux server. In cloud also I have a Linux server. How to connect to this? Okay, so we need to discuss. So what we required if you want to connect to any remote Linux server is that server host name or IP address. So we require the Linux server host name and IP address we required. Second one is we require the username. The third one is we need password. Okay. So but in AWS environment, we don't have in AWS environment, we don't have password. For that, we are going to give the PEM file. Okay. So using this PEM file, we are going to connect to that Linux server. We are going to connect to that Linux server. So now I'm already in my Linux server. From this to another remote server, I'm going to connect. We no need of any other third-party tools. We have a command line tool that is SSH. SSH is the command line tool. Then -i, that key pair. Here PPK is not supported. Only PEM is supported. Okay. So whatever the key pair name we have, that key pair name, then username. So if it is Amazon Linux, we should tell EC2-user. If it is Ubuntu, we need to give Ubuntu. Okay. By default, if it is a normal Linux server, we may give root account also. Then at the rate of that IP address we need to give. Can you tell me what is the command here? SSH-i, that key pair name, then username at the rate, that IP address. So in this, we will get one error. What is that error is? In the key pair, we are going to get, say here, key pair, what AWS is expecting is only 400 permissions only we should have. Okay, so what is that meaning of read, write, execute permissions we will have? What is the permission for read? What are the permissions we'll get for read? Say read is 4. Okay, so now here in this use case, read is 4, write is 2, execute is
1.
1. Total is called as
7.
7. Okay, but if you copy the file or by default, any idea by default what are the Linux file permissions we will get? That means if you don't do anything, by default what are the permissions we are going to get?
Read.
No. So what are the
permissions like write and execute?
No. If you
Oh.
don't do anything also,
Mhm.
by default, what are the permissions we are getting? What is AWS expectation is 400.
Yeah, 4.
But if you copy any file or any into that home directory, what are the permissions we are going to get by default?
Execute?
No, we don't get execute by default.
For user read and write.
No, like by default we'll get only read permission, right?
No. By default, we'll get like we have a command like umask. The umask will give the new file mostly will get 644 kind of permission.
Okay.
Okay, say new file mostly will get 644 kind of permission we are going to get it.
Like 644 in the sense like read, write.
Read and write.
Read, write. So, no. For the current user, okay, say read and write.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For the like a group.
For group and others, only read.
Yeah, for others, read itself.
Mhm.
Okay, but when you copy that file, we are getting 644 permissions, right? But what is the problem here is, what is the problem is, AWS doesn't accept 644 permissions. Okay, so what we should have for the file? Okay, only 400 we need. Okay, that means to the current user, we should have read and others, no permissions at all. Because if they see that file or if they read that file also, security wise, they can use the same file to connect. Okay, that means to the group and others, we are, say, if anyone see your like pin or that, risky or not? Okay, so that means AWS for the security purpose, other than 400, even if you have more permissions also, they're not accepting. You get that means if you want to connect sudo or sudo also not required, chmod 400. Okay, so that file name we need to specify, or that keypad.pem. Other than that, if you have any permissions also, we shouldn't use.
Yeah, got it. Like, yeah, write-hand execution does not require for DevOps, right?
No, for others it's not required, because
Yeah.
even you modify that PEM also, it will tampered and it can't connect that.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so as of now we have more permissions, but even with the more permissions also, they're not allowing to. They're not allowing to connect to that system. That's the reason definitely we need to run this command. Say my key pair is assume Ubuntu key pair, then chmod 400 Ubuntu key pair dot pem I need to give. Okay, if I don't give this option, I can't connect. Then after this, sh hyphen I, my key pair, high maybe identity kind of thing. Then Ubuntu key pair dot pem. Then username if it is Ubuntu, then Ubuntu. Then that IP address say 3.23.62.81. Like this, we need to give the IP address, the public IP address. Then it is going to prompt for one time one yes we need to give. With that we are going to connect to that mission. Okay. So everyone tell me the command. What is the command? Okay. sh hyphen I Ubuntu key pair, that whatever the key pair name for everything, don't think that is the key pair. Then username @ that public IP address. If it is in the within the same network, even using the private IP also, we can connect. Okay. Then, in order to copy the files from Windows to Linux, what we done? We use WinSCP kind of tools, right? Okay. So now I want to copy the files from. I want to copy the files from Linux to Linux itself. Okay, so I want to copy the files from Linux to Linux. Then how to copy that one, we will discuss. So now, previously we have used the SSH is the tool, secure host. Now the command is SCP. What is the meaning of SCP is secure copy. Then -i, that key pair we need to give. Okay, mostly it would be PEM because it is using OpenSSL kind of format. PPK file is not supported. Okay, then you need to give the source file path we need to specify. Then that like username colon or username at the rate sorry, IP address colon that destination folder. That means you want to copy into where www.html or home directory like this. If you want to copy that destination directory, we need to give. Even in the WinSCP also, we are doing the same thing. In the left side, we'll have all your source files. Right side, we are going to copy into destination directory. So what is the command we need to use here? What is the command we are going to use here? Okay. So any doubts on this? What is the command to copy the files? Okay, so then scp-i keypad.pem, then source file, and that remote mission we need to give. Yeah. Any doubts on this? Okay. So then I'll go to instances. I'll log in as the root user. Okay. So now here I'll see the instances what we have. So already one instance is there. First I'll connect to this mission through PuTTY. Okay. So what is the key pair is there? I'll check once. My new Linux is there. So now try to understand to uh, to avoid the confusion. I'm going to write down here. I have my first mission is there. Okay, that IP address is 52 dot. Okay, so from this, I'm going to create a new instance. I'll create. I'm calling that as second instance. Then I'll take second instance is also maybe Ubuntu. Okay, then t2.micro. I'm creating a new key pair. So I'll give this as a second PEM. Then I'm going to create a new key pair. Second PEM.pem. Remaining all default options. I'm going to launch this. Okay, so then this IP is second PEM is the key pair. This is the IP. First, I'll connect to this using putty. I'll connect. Okay, I'll connect to this through putty. I'll connect from the 52 mission to 3.26.236.12132. I'm going to connect. That means first I'm connecting through putty. Okay, so then SSH authentication credentials. I may be converted that already. My live Linux, right? I'll try this. Sorry. Yeah. So now it's connected. Okay. So then what I need to do is I want to connect from 52.64 to 189.52. I'm already there. And here, if I show IP ADDR, it shows me that 172.31.33, 120 is there, right? That is a private IP. Don't get confused with that. So here it is showing the private IP, but this is the public IP we connect. From this mission to, I want to access 3 dot, okay, so for that what I will do is SSH-I. What I need to give here, my first key pair or second key pair? First key pair or second key pair?
Second.
Second key. What is that name of that? What is the name of that?
Hello.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
So second PEM, maybe what is the name we have given is?
My new Linux.
No. Second PEM.pem. Okay. Second PEM.pem. Then we have installed Ubuntu, right? Then at the rate 52.64.189.52. But here one problem is there. In my first mission, I don't have. In my first mission, I don't have. What I don't have? I don't have my key pair at all. Okay, say there here if I give yes also, that key itself is not there because in my local I should have that key pair. Then in the to the first mission, I'm going to connect through WinSCP. I'm going to connect through WinSCP, not from WinSCP I'm connecting. Then still I'm connecting to my first server itself. Then second server key pair is my laptop, Windows laptop. I'll copy to Linux. Okay, it's a new site we have. Then Ubuntu. If it is Amazon Linux, give Amazon Linux here. We don't have the password. Go to advanced options. the authentication. Now in the left side, I'll get the downloads, right? In my downloads, I'll have the second key. I have the downloads. In my downloads, I have that second pem.key. I'm going to copy to home Ubuntu. Okay. So what we have done, we have copied to that mission. Now if I go to putty, okay, so now what I need to do is if I see ls, I have that second pem.key. Then can you tell me the command? sh-i second pem.pem. Then what is the username? Ubuntu is the username. At the rate. What is that remote mission IP? 3 dot. Okay, so then it's supposed to connect. I'm going to give prompt yes also. But here if you see bad permissions. Okay, so that so now here we have that file is what is the file? Second pem dot read write. We have read write. Okay, then here we are getting not 644. Here we are getting 664. Okay, so we are getting 664 kind of permissions. That's not at all recommended. Then I'm going to give sudo chmod 400 second pem. That's we are going to change the permissions. Now I'll try to connect that. Now if you see technically, previously we have in 120, that is now it connected to another mission. If I click exit, again I came back to my first mission. Okay, then if I want to connect again, sh-i second pem.pem Ubuntu, that remote IP address. Then it is going to connect to that second instance. Okay. Any doubts on this? So now here we connected to that second mission we have connected. If I keep exit, again I'll come back to, if I keep exit, I'll close the first connection session also. Yeah. Any doubts on this? Any doubts?
No.
Okay. Is fine, right? Now what I'll do is assume here I have one file. Again I'll connect to putty. Okay. So for the putty, for the first mission I'm connecting SSH authentication credentials browse. That already PPK, we have already converted that. I created that and I'm going to log in as Ubuntu. Assume we first connected to the first mission. From this mission to already this mission having the second pem.pem. Okay, so now I'll like maybe I'll create one file. Okay, so be index.html. I'll go for a sample index.html code. I'll copy this code. Okay, so now here I got that index.html code. So it's not generated completely. Yeah, so once it's generated completely, I'll copy this code to here. Still some missing, no issues. Okay, in the real-time exact one, we need to copy. Then this file is in my first mission, index.html. I want to copy to remote mission. Okay, so then what I need to do is SCP, SCP-I, that what is the second mission key pair, second pem.pem, then source is index.html. The source is index.html, then Ubuntu @ that second mission IP address we need to know. The second mission IP address colon the destination path. So my destination path is home. Ubuntu is my working directory. I want to copy to that path. Okay, so now it's copied. I'll connect it to that second mission. I'll check whether that file have been copied or not. Okay, for that sh-i second p dot Ubuntu @ that public IP. Then if I type here ls, this index.html has been copied to this. Any doubts on this?
No.
Okay, so this lab everyone need to do, and I'll share one more video. What is that video is? Passwordless. So passwordless access we need to set up. So continuation to that video, finish that video also. That also hands-on, everyone need to do this. Okay, so going forward for Jenkins, but Ansible, that lab is also mandatory. Okay, so that also try to finish if possible. For Nginx, SSL, all these I will explain in the tomorrow session. Okay, so passwordless access means we shouldn't use the password. We need to generate one SSH key, and in the remote mission, we need to copy that key, and using that key itself, we should be able to connect. Yeah, any doubts? So try to finish. This lab is very, very important. Then I'll share one more video. That lab also mandatory. That I'll show that hands-on also. Once you go through that and try, if any errors we got, that I'll solve those issues. These two are very, very like important in the real time also for hands-on wise. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.